Okay, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is DC South America versus Gorrilaz-Pride. Gorrilaz-Pride coming through the open qualifiers in the second slot, I want to say. DC invited to the closed, so it's going to be... hopefully it's going to be a great match. As we saw in the first match, it was SG taking the series 2-0 against Continuum. And I wonder if any of the teams here can push this to a 3-game series. The Lich can be banned out by DC South America straight away, followed by the Necrophos, so just getting those Flavor of the Month heroes right out of the banning pool. Nobody wants to play against them, for good reason. They are horrendous to play against. Good heroes, just horrendous to play against. So, DC looking for the second ban. Whether they've got a plan up the sleeve or they're just going to go for some standard bans, the Night Stalker, things like the Venomancer, Earthshaker. Nyx Assassin's going to be the ban out for DC. Okay. Maybe picking up that Nature's Prophet that's been so popular in the past few weeks, and I realise now there is no game sound. Let us fix that. So they pick up the Venomancer first. That leaves the Spirit Breaker as well as the Nature's Prophet open for Gorrilaz-Pride to pick up if that's something they want to go for. And they do ban out the Night Stalker as well.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So Gorillaz, just going into the reserve time a little bit to think about this first pickup. Okay. Taking a bit more time. Like I said, the Spirit Breaker as well as the Nature's Prophet is available. They're going to be picking up the Rubik straight into the Earthshaker. Okay, so it does offer a lot of control. The Telekinesis, the Echo Slam, as well as the Enchant Totem and the Fisher. Those two heroes offering a decent amount of control, especially if the Rubik can steal something like the Venom Skill or the Poison Nova.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
So DC pick up the Clockwork, and I wonder if this is going to be that 4-position Clockwork that we've been seeing for the past few months, or whether this is going to be the standard off-lane Clockwork, just looking for those quick levels, get the hook shot up and then start roaming looking for the ganks.
Remaining. 5
And start applying the pressure around the map. Okay, so we are into the next banning phase. And it looks like G-Pride, just again taking the time to think about what they want to be banning out, what they don't want to be going up against.
Dire team ban.
They're going to be banning out the Silencer. So they just want to be getting those spells off, maybe seeing more of a caster lineup.
Radiant team ban.
So DC ban out the Terrorblade, which just seems to be a standard ban at the minute. He's very strong at the pushing potential, just being able to get a really good amount of farm really quick as well. If you take your eye off him for 5 minutes, all of a sudden he's got himself a Manta style, a Radiance. You know, he's got all these items and you just really don't have any way to shut him down. So TB is going to be the ban up for Digital Chaos.
Dire team ban.
And Gorrilaz take out the Clinks. So wanted to be taking that push potential away from DC, because the Clinks just offers, once he gets himself that Desolator, the right click potential coming out, especially with Strafe from the Clinks, it just means towers disappear. So G-Pride not really wanting to be playing up against that, choosing to take it out and making sure DC have one less option if they were going to go for that split push. Now G-Pride, I wonder whether they're going to play the Earthshaker. We have seen last match, SG versus Continuum, that the Earthshaker was a support Earthshaker.
10 seconds remaining.
So I wonder if G-Pride are going to play this as a support, or maybe in that off lane. Burn into the reserve time for this pickup. And the Bloodseeker going to be banned out by DC as well, just to mention that. It seems to be a hero that's starting to get a little bit of momentum going in the Dota 2 meta now. You know, heroes kind of come on leaps and bounds once they start to be picked up a couple of times, and this, it appears to see what it appears to be even what's happening to Bloodseeker. You know, he's just starting to creep his way in there.
Dire team pick.
Brewmaster.
And it's going to be the Brewmaster. This looks like it's going to be an off-lane Brewmaster being picked up for G-Pride. Really good hero, especially with the Drunken Haze, the mischance and the slow coming out on that. Being able to split off onto the three heroes into different spirits offers a lot of control.
Radiant team pick.
And it's going to be the Beastmaster for DC. So it's split pushing a different kind of way. The Hawk is going to be able to spot out and get vision around the map as well. The Boars, just a pain in the ass to play against, just with that slow, the extra damage coming out from them as well. And being able to have 2 or 3 at a time on those boards, it's just going to be doing a lot of work for the Beastmaster.
5 seconds remaining.
The Roar as well. A BKB Pierce in lockdown. So G-Pride burning through all the reserve time, only got 6 seconds left. Picks themselves up the PA. Now, PA with Brewmaster. Drunken Haze onto someone that's attacking the PA. It's like you have a 1 in 10, maybe a 1 in 20 chance of actually then hitting the Phantom Assassin. So this combo's really great, just because of the way the two interact. The Brewmaster being able to add to that evasion coming up from the Phantom Assassin. And again, the lockdown, the Boulder Toss coming from the Earth Spirit. You've got the Tornado that comes up from the Storm Spirit. Just the burn coming out from the Fire Spirit as well. So a lot of versatility coming out from the Brewmaster. But they do only have 6 seconds of reserve time left to pick up or ban out one more hero and pick up the final hero, which I'm assuming is going to be the mid laner, unless they want to run this Phantom Assassin in the mid lane, though potentially up against the Venomancer, not the best hero to be running it up against. So DC now starting to burn into the reserve time to think about if this is going to be a cold Venomancer. It's going to be the Bane. So the Bane is going to be able to lock down the Phantom Assassin for a decent amount of time. Make it really hard to last hit as well. Being able to take off the last hit, or just the right click damage from the Phantom Assassin in that early game. Such an overrated, or underrated, should I say, skill to be able to do. The Slurk ban out instantly from G-Pride.
10 seconds remaining.
And now DC 6 seconds left on the ban,
5
49 left in the
seconds
reserve
remaining.
time. And again, if this is going to be a core Venomancer, they've got to pick a hero that they don't really want to be playing up against in this mid lane.
Dire team pick.
So they ban out the Magnus. Magnus with the Empower, so good in tandem with the Phantom Assassin, being able to throw that. It means that the Phantom Assassin, the early build of the Battle Fury, you don't even need that anymore. The Cleave comes out, the extra damage as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Just make sure the Phantom Assassin gets a decent start, even if
5 seconds
she gets
remaining.
shut down a bit in lane. And now with 45 seconds left, DC. I wonder what carry they're going to go for. Potentially something that builds the MKB, like the Juggernaut, maybe like the Sven, or even builds into the Bloodthorn, like the Sven. Just to reduce the miss chance on the Phantom Assassin. And DC, 10 seconds left in the reserve time.
Radiant team pick.
It's going to be the Morphlin. Okay, that's a pretty strong hero at the minute as well. Needs to be careful though about morphing too much Agi, because if you morph too much Agi, the Phantom Assassin will just be able to burst you down with a couple of crits.
10 seconds remaining.
The bonus armor is going to be able to do a lot of work
5 seconds remaining.
against the right clicks of the Phantom Assassin.
You may now select
And it's
your
going to be the
heroes.
Viper. Viper is basically designed to win the lane. Great mid-game hero. Chris Brown. Going to be playing the Viper. But yeah, great mid-game hero, as well as in the mid lane. It just sets you up to win that late game if you need to get there as well, just because of the amount of harass he can offer, the slows. His Viper Strike just doing so much sustained damage over time. So it looks like it's going to be the Battle of the Venoms in the mid lane. Venomancer up against the Viper. So the heroes are picked. We're just waiting for this reserve time, the strat time to be over. And we're going to get ourselves into the first game of G-Pride versus DC.SA. Okay, so here we go. We just got a quick pause, and it wouldn't be a game of Dota, a game of competitive Dota without the pause to start off. That is some great art coming out in the middle of the map. I'm assuming that was from King RD. So the lineups as they stand: King ID on the Bane. Let's do it in order, shall we? King ID on the Bane. We've got King Taka on the Beastmaster, Matthew playing the Clockwork, Atun on the Venomancer, and Crow on the Morphlin. Here, other side of the rating, we've got Wish playing the Earthshaker, Chris Brown on the Viper, the Sexy Man on the Phantom Assassin, Soku on the Rubik, and Poker on the Brewmaster. So we're going to see the standard TPs as Matthew just taunts himself through the jungle, gets the ward down. And Rubik isn't smoke going to break, and this is one you don't really see up on this high ground, but extremely effective. Now the smoke is going to break as Matthew comes across Masoku. And it looks like we're just going to see a bit of harass. Telekinesis already skilled up as Matthew robots towards and then away from the Rubik. Does need to be careful because the Phantom Assassin was coming through the back with that smoke. Nothing skilled up as of yet, but 1 dagger, 2 daggers, and then you start to see this health drop. And it looks like Matthew is going to be playing that 4-position clockwork. Potentially maybe setting up on a 2-1-2 to start with, getting a couple of levels and then starting to roam, help look for the kills. You have Venomancer. Got himself a full Wraith Band as well as a Furry Fire already, 2 Shared Tangos. And I do apologise for any frame loss issues you may see on the stream. We are running at a 2.67 ping, so things aren't as smooth as they could be, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Masoku getting the body block on the mid lane for the Viper. And the body block's coming in now. This is going to be a really interesting lane just for the amount of damage over time on both heroes. Just to see who wins out on this. Like I say, the Viper really strong in the lane anyway, but Venomancer not weak himself. Just with picking up the 1 point in the Poison Sting as well, going to be able to do a lot of damage in your top lane. It looks like Poker may be chased down just a little bit as Matthew picks up the cogs. Yeah, just going to be able to force him back. Reduce the amount of mine. Well, on the bottom lane, King Taka taking a bit of harass damage. The Rubik is there just to throw those right clicks out as the Earthshaker sits to harass down, or maybe protect the Brewmaster on this top lane. So it's a 2-on-2 versus a try, and then a 1-1. Again, King Taka just being not held back, but just kept to the back of his wave. As the harass does come in, Rubik looking for the pull, I assume. But with this ward. Oh, top lane. We may have a bit of trouble as the Fisher does come out. Poker. Going to be able to try and... Are they going to try and turn this on Matthew? Matthew traps into the side, but RD is there to back him up. With the brain stab, Poker getting pretty low. And he is just going to back up now. No Shrine for the next 3 minutes. So this could be a return to base. It looks like he's just going to use the tangos to keep himself healthy. And Wish, where are you going, buddy? Venomancer a little bit out, but backs up. Yeah, gets the vision on the Earthshaker and just backs himself away. But now they know that Brewmaster isn't protected. Bane just wanders up, tries to get a couple right clicks on him. Just holding the brain slapping out, but back in the mid lane, the Venom Scale is going to go. The right clicks coming out as well. Wish just backing him out after he's thrown the Fisher. Rubik rotating in. He's only got the telekinesis, but if you can get it onto one hero, this could be the death. But Viper just needs to be careful about those procs, and it is going to be the first blood going the way of the Viper. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the harass is coming out. Beastmaster taking the 1 point in the axes, may be able to do a decent amount of damage there to the PA. But Tekka just holding them. Using the boards for the harass.
Much appreciated.
And now mid lane, Viper with those 2 points into the reactive, nearly into the corrosive skin. Even the dots of the Venomancer are going to turn around and hurt. There's the Fisher on the bottom lane. Are they going to try and go for anything else? There's no more points. Wish looking for the body blocks, just able to get himself away as the telekinesis does come out. And King Tekka, is this going to be his death, or is he going to be able to get himself away? The courier comes in as the cogs come out from Matthew, and this could be Masoku's death. King Tekka does rotate back in, but the Fisher and a dagger over.
The Phantom strikes.
The divide secures the kill for Phantom Assassin. And now the TP instantly, the Venomous Scale is going to go. There's the Plague Wog as well, just to keep Chris Brown back. And we're going to look up his real name. Okay, so it's either Gabriel Tox or Slow Track. Telekinesis, Masoku going to be able to get himself the regen rune and then just walk himself away. No boots though, which Clockwork does have, so the cogs are going to be coming out. Is there any follow-up? Masoku. This could be big trouble with him. The battery assault, the venomous gale as well. Is there a brain sap to finish him off as King RD just leaves the kill for the Venomancer? And once again, bottom lane, King Tekka taking advantage of this PA being pretty low just to get himself up and around the creeps, getting his balls up as well. So PA taking a bit of harass. Oh, mid lane. Could we see another go? That is a smoke on the Earthshaker, and Venomancer, not the healthiest hero in the world. Fisher is going to fly. The telekinesis lifts him up as well. One more right click and the Viper secures the kill. But now, while they know where the supports are, the smoke comes out. DC trying to make a reply on this. And PA fairly far up the lane. Got 1 point in the blur. But this is where the point in the axis comes in handy. Level 5, so no raw yet. Dagger's going to fly. There's going to be the battery assault coming out, and King Tekka looks to secure the kill onto the Phantom Assassin. It's going to be ID with that brain sap. So once G-Pride's heroes move into that mid lane looking for the gank, DC instantly respond with a smoke gank of their own, and the nope TPs come in. They do find the Earthshaker. Nightmare's going to be there. Telekinesis comes out as Masoku throws Matthew out of the cogs. Fisher being held. Masoku with the brain sap, and the Fisher just blocks both heroes off to try and stop them from securing that kill onto the Rubik. Illusion. Top lane, Brewmaster. Jeez, down Crow. And it looks like if you take a look at the last hits, yep, Brewmaster only just getting himself now to around the 20 last hit mark. But net worth wise, okay, yeah, not that high up. I don't know where I was going with that, but the Viper though, as we can see, is winning this lane. Matthew rotating around for another gank, but Masoku, cogs are going to fly telekinesis. Fisher as well. It doesn't look like the Fisher actually landed with the damage not being procced, but King Tekka comes in with the raw. And Matthew finishes it off, and now Matthew could be in a bit of trouble. Is there a leap? No, Phantom Assassin has only got the 1 point in that. The dagger comes out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just to finish off a creep, it looks like. And both heroes, or both teams, decide to just go their own way. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chris Brown diving behind a tower. RD is there. Maybe to try and set something up. As the Venomancer just pulls the creep wave to the side to farm that up. Poker, level 5 to the level 7 of Crow. And Viper's net worth, even with these Plague Words, starting to get right up there. About 800 gold above, 700, 800 gold above the Morphlin. Meanwhile, PA needs a bit of time to recover after being harassed out by the Beastmaster, but may find this now. The Beastmaster's ult is up. So may start to look for the rotations just to do a bit of damage to other heroes with that roar. Masoku being stalked by Matthew. The cogs are going to be dropped. Telekinesis is there to push him back out once again, but once again the Fisher flies through. And Matthew gets forced back. Beastmaster not there in time to offer his assistance to the kill. And now Chris Brown, Viper, looking for the Dragon Lance, I assume, with the double Band of Elven skin. With a free lane as well, with Venomancer opting to move into the jungle with these Plague Wards, this could be an extremely fed Viper if no one comes to contest him. Speaking of contesting, Matthew rotating in with the Venomancer just to defend this tier 1 tower, but then it looks like the Venomancer just rotates out after the fact. So mid lane.
You almost had it.
The scan goes off by the Radiant just to make sure there's no rotations behind, and now Matthew being right-clicked down. The Viper Strike was there. If CB got brave and tried to go for that. Now Poker getting a free lane himself as the Morphling is level 9. Got himself his Boots of Travel, first item. Oh, Matthew. Gotta be careful there, mate.
The wages of fear.
3 heroes hanging around this bottom lane. The ward will spot out Wish, and this could even be a kill going the way of Matthew with the Battery Assault. Wish just forced to stand there and tank it. Raw comes in, there's the Boots of Travel being used. One waveform to secure the kill. The sexy man becomes the dead man. As Masoku now trapped out in between 4 heroes. One more right click from anybody. And King ID secures that kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So Brewmaster level 7 now, got his ultimate up as well, so he can start looking for those rotations into the team fights. But while he's getting a free lane of farm, you know, he's in no rush to rotate off. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like we could be getting a gank as all the TPs come into this mid lane. The Fisher flies through. And Bane gets the Nightmare off onto the Earthshaker. The Viper Strike is gonna fly though. It flies onto a Beastmaster illusion. Oh, they know they've made a mistake.
Radiant's bottom
And now
tower
DC
is under
Crow
attack.
taking advantage of the space he's being given to push in this bottom lane. PA moving herself down. The dagger flies through. No crit, level 11 to the level 9 of the Phantom Assassin. So Bane is only level 5, doesn't have that Fiend's Grip anytime soon. About half a level away from it. And the long range roar does come out. The Boots of Travel once again. The Fish are blocking off a couple of heroes, and now there's going to be the Primal Split as they chase down King Tekka with the Boulder Toss. But the hook comes through from behind. Masoku being locked down. The Battery Assault waveform over the top, and Crow secures that kill. Are they going to be able to turn this around at all? King RD being chased down by the Brewmaster's Brewlings, and the Viper Strike comes out as well onto Matthew. RD getting pretty low. A couple more right clicks, and the collapse secures it as Brown takes down the Clockwork. Venomancer, there's the blink from the sexy man. Venomous Skill going to be slowing him down, but with the daggers as well as that telekinesis, it's an easy kill to secure from the PA.
Nature's way.
And it looks like they're not done yet. Crow getting pretty low, trying to strength morph himself out of this, but Chris Brown secures the kill. Wish just keeping himself short, going towards that blink dagger now. The fortification does come out onto the tier 1 tower.
Invisibility.
Oh, Matthew
is under attack.
with the rotation from RD as well. He does have the Fiend's Grip now, so this could be a dead Phantom Assassin. Yeah, the cogs lock him in, the Fiend's Grip come out, and even the Force Staff from the Venomancer doesn't get there in time for the kill. But he just shows the support for the rest of his team.
Radiant are scanning.
The scan comes up from the Radiant. They spot out Matthew that does have a hook available. So Wish
Radiant's middle
needs to be
tower
careful.
is under attack.
Throws the Fisher out. The Rocket Flare was used just to the right of the tower. Oh, but this Observer Ward going to spot both the Rubik as well as the Earthshaker walking away. Rubik walking towards, drops a sentry just to try and deward this. Matthew, is he going to try and make a play for this? As Masoku just trying to juke around, knows there could be a hook in the background. Throws out the right clicks and keeps himself alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bounty runes picked up. Wish trying to throw out a fish. It does hit 2 men, but there's no real follow-up behind as Viper tries to clear off these plague woads now. Beastmaster pushing the bottom lane. Got his double balls out.
Dire are scanning.
The Fisher does come through. But the roll's going to be there. Earthshaker in a lot of trouble as the axe is flying. One brain sap finishes off the job. D once again.
All mine.
Okay, so the necro units are out. The push can come in from King Taka.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And the tower's going to take a lot of harass. The clap comes through and Poker just takes the damage from finishing off that necro unit that was hidden in and around the creeps. Meanwhile, mid lane, the rocket flare used. Chris Brown standing himself. The venomous gale's going to come out. Is there going to be a hook follow-up? Doesn't look like it. As the rest of DC are just distracted on this bottom lane as well as the Morphlin on the top lane. Trying to split push this top lane tower out on his own. One more right click, he does secure it.
Top tower has fallen.
PA moving herself in, the dagger comes through, and there's going to be the blink forward, but the waveform away. Just gets Crow to safety. And now moves himself down to the bottom tier 2 tower. Brewmaster, Nightmared up. There's going to be the Fiend's Grip as well. The right click's coming out as well as the axes, but the Fisher cancels it, and that means the Primal Split will be able to go off. The Boulder Toss goes onto the Bane. There's going to be the Tornado now, keeping him up in the air as well. Telekinesis, the right click's coming out from Viper. And the auto attacks doing what Chris Brown does best.
My waters rise. Yes.
Venomancer picks himself up a regen, going to be able to get his mana back to full. As it looks like the follow-up coming up. Chris Brown, do they want to make a move? The smoke is there, but the Force Staff away from the Venomancer. Going to be keeping himself at arm's distance, which is where you want to be keeping yourself from Chris Brown, to be quite honest.
Do it with flair.
Now the rotation's back down, PA. Going for the farm, just going straight into the Yasha. Right clicks, Crow. Gets the waveform. Is there going to be a chase? It doesn't look like he has any remnant to jump to.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As Beastmaster, King Taka just keeping up the push. This siege on the tier 2 tower. Brewmaster, Earthshaker running themselves into the cogs. Matthew, King ID, the roar comes out, the axes as well. They take down the Earthshaker as well as Masoku. And now the Nightmare. Chris Brown locked down. Tier 2 tower does get taken down by King Taka as well. Is there going to be a chase? As the replica is there for the Morphlin to drop to. There's going to be a big Poison Nova onto the Sexy Man. The waveform comes through the back as well. Chris Brown takes down Matthew. Carry on chasing. The Fiend's Grip comes through the right clicks. They take down the PA. And now RD being chased, gets the Enfeeble off to Poker, so the right click's not going to be as effective as well as the Nightmare gives him the time to TP away. And now Poker ticking down to the Poison Sting. Okay. Looks like Beastmaster now with his level 3 Necros. That's going to turn the siege up to 11.
I'll up the dosage.
Brown gets himself a double damage. And if he can get close to Matthew, he can get himself off a Viper Strike. It looks like he just wants the tier 1 tower, but the TP comes in from a tune just to force him back. Now Beastmaster with his Hawks, he sees Masoku. Should be able to see Wish as well, but the Fisher does come out just as that Observer Ward's dropped. Looks like he may be on the wrong side of it for the follow-up though. As mid lane, Crow tries to take down this tier 1 tower. But the Drunken Haze is going to be thrown on top of them. The Force Staff as Masoku gets the Telekinesis up and instantly Crow gets himself out to his replica on the top lane.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
So the mid tier 1 does go down as a deny. Chris Brown now, we take a look at the net worth. He is sitting top of the net worth, but his effectiveness, you can just see the Roman is starting to drop off slightly. He's 6-0-1 though. Beastmaster.
Radiant are scanning.
Is Taka gonna try and make a move onto Wish? King Taka hides himself in the trees. Just keeping himself out of sight for now. Top lane, ID doing the same. As Poker jumps himself forward, the Fiend's Grip is available if ID can get himself in line. Uses the Nightmare at first, but the Telekinesis comes out, instantly cancels that Fiend Grip, and Masoku pretty low, but there's going to be the Tornado coming up. ID trying to get the Brain Sap, but it's not going to be enough. Masoku, is he going to try and chase this as well with the Sexy Man gets the kill onto King ID. But bottom lane, the push is coming in from the Clockwork as well as King Taka. Matthew just backing themselves away. Does have the Necro Book, but the Viper's going to do enough to dissuade the Beastmaster as well as the Clockwork from trying to push in here. So PA, got to stop the Asher, going straight for the Desolator now as well. Poker got himself the Blink, going for a late Midas, or returning for a Midas at least after the Blink Dagger. And Beastmaster continues with his balls to push down this bottom lane. Chris Brown comes up for the defense, but we're going to get a pause as I'm assuming there's a disconnect. Okay, so we're just going to have a very brief pause while we wait for this to be resolved. Okay, it was an extremely brief pause. As the game is back on, Beastmaster TP's himself away. Looks like he's going towards his own boots of travel. Not on the courier just yet, but only about 500 gold away from finishing them. DC now smoke themselves into Roshan. It is only 4 heroes. Clockwork trying to play the distraction. And Roshan gonna go down so quickly.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
So Crow gets himself a second life. And now DC may try to look to take control of this game. As we get another pause. King Taka asking for a second. Maybe just having a bit of lag issues. We are going to be getting ourselves back into the game pretty quickly. So Viper got himself a full... He's going for, yeah, the Maelstrom, and got himself a full Hurricane Pike there as well. But it could be a little bit too late with him trying to farm up whatever he can. The push comes in now for Crow. Got himself the Aegis. Lincoln Sphere now as well.
Top tower is under attack.
A turn. Gonna be thrown down the Plague Wards now as well. The entire team, apart from the Beastmaster, backing them up. Beastmaster maybe trying to look for the split push, which is... looks like what the battle lines are trying to show there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the Morphling takes the tier 2 tower top, instantly TPs down, gets the waveform off, pushes this bottom lane out now as well.
Dire's middle
Poker
tower
does
has
secure the
fallen.
tower in the mid lane. Just gets the TP away. And PA, Desolator, Mask of Madness, building towards the BKB now as well. And it's going to be the 4-man smoke Viper. Again, just looking for the farm. They wanted the smoke. This could be the engagement, but not the one that they wanted as the roar comes out onto the Earthshaker. There's going to be the Poison Nova as well. And it looks like Wish is going to be taken down. Crow taking a double kill. Not before the Sexy Man takes down Matthew. Chris Brown taking down King Tech in the chasing zone. Trying to take down a ton. Right clicks coming out from Chris Brown. Chris Brown secures the kill as Erdy takes down the PA. And now the Viper looks like he's going to be taken down by... No, is he going to be able to get himself away? The Tornado just saving his life. As Viper takes down RD, Morphlin TPs himself, looking for... just couldn't get it, but Chris Brown trying to dive and juke his way around, but now Crow sees it, the right click's coming out. Chris Brown, is he going to be able to get himself away? Waveform, Crow could try and catch himself up with this, gets it with the replica, and now Masoku in a bit of trouble now as well. The right click's coming out the Fissure, just trying to make it a bit of a divide. So the stun for so long, it looks like... Yeah, Masoku stole that adaptive strike, and now even the Echo Slam committed. Crow can't get himself away, got no replica to jump to, but it was still an Aegis available on him. So Crow just gets the waveform up onto the higher ground, TPs himself up to the top lane to safety.
Double damage. Aegis of fear.
And now again the push comes in. Crow just with these boots of travel on such a short cooldown, trying to put the pressure on every lane. The blink forward just in time. That adaptive strike to stop the roar. The telekinesis follows up as well. But King Tekka still wants to chase. The dagger comes out, no crit. The blink forward, the clap as well. Poker doesn't have his ultimate for the next 6 seconds, and now he doesn't have the mana to cost it, but they do take down King Tekka anyway. Chris Brown with the right clicks, able to secure that, holding the Viper strike for now, but Crow trying to chase him down once again. Crow just backing it up. And he does have that replica available. And there's the waveform down to the low ground and instantly replicates how the hook comes in onto Chris Brown. Forstaff saving his life. The clap comes through as well. Now there's going to be the pan split, boulder toss, and the Venomancer death. As King ID, once again the boulder comes out. The Glimmer Cape is going to be there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Or is it? Is he going to be able to get himself away? Just the TP. Is there any way to disrupt this? It looks like the Fissure. And Poker finishes off the kill. 4 for 1. And now Crow, the lone survivor. Net worth starting to... Well, it is at the top now. Brown looking for a BKB of his own. Not even time to catch that as Crow takes down Poker on the top lane. Gets himself the Earthblade. That was probably the cause of the death in such a quick and timely manner.
Jackpot.
And now the push comes in. King Tekka with his boar army. It's 4 boars and it's ridiculous. The blink forward, the roar comes out, but Chris Brown, the Forstaff forward, the Necro's being used as well to try and secure the kill. Are they going to be able to get it? Chris Brown takes it down, the F-Blade comes in, takes down Masoku. Crow just right clicks, cleans up that tower.
Has fallen.
Matthew now, the rocket flare used, does have the hook available, not gonna go for it just yet. And Wish going towards the Shadow Blade actually, gonna be great for right clicking down, especially with the enchant totem bonus damage. But he does have the Blink Dagger available, so it's just getting to the Shadow Blade as of yet.
For me.
Crow. Looking towards this BKB, not far off it. About 700 gold or so.
Dire are scanning.
The scan comes out, doesn't find anyone. So Crow knows he's going to be safe to farm this up. And it looks like... Is this going to be a smoke gank? No, G-Pride just going to straight up run themselves across the river and back. As Wish... Oh! That's just a dirty combo. The F-Blade Adaptive Strike into the waveform. And Wish... Well, he wishes he was still alive. Or maybe not even in that position at all. Throws out the rage as well. And everybody's done that before. Spam that keyboard. They're going to try and make a go of this. No Earthshaker for the next 15 seconds. Brewmaster on the bottom lane there as well. He does have a TP available if he needs to come back, but... Okay, Beastmaster. Just looking to push this lane out. DC don't want to lose an objective if they can help it. Yeah, Brewmaster TPs himself back now as well, so King Tekka just on the run to regroup with the rest of his team. As once again... Oh man. Wish. F-Blade, Adaptive Strike, Waveform, Replicate out, Morphling. Even throws out the well played. Good job, Wish can't see that. The blink forward, the roar comes out onto the Panda. There's going to be the Fiend's Grip as well. The Poison Nova comes out, the hook comes in just to keep the Brewmaster locked down, make sure he can't split. They do take him down. Chris Brown secures the kill onto King Tekka. Brown trying to right click down whatever he can, but the right click's coming out from Crow. Is it going to be enough? They do secure the kill onto the Viper as well. The right click's coming out onto the Sexy Man, and now Crow. No Aegis Lincoln Sphere is popped, but Clockwork trying to sacrifice his life just to help secure the kill, and again, the F-Blade Waveform. And Matthew doesn't even go down. Buyback comes up from Chris Brown.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Crow cancels his TP, just opting to walk himself back. Maybe to look towards... Well, the own charge is coming out from Matthew. There is a DD there available in front of the Roshan pit as well, which is back up in the next minute and 5 seconds.
Double damage.
To Crow. Top of the net worth by about 6k. Closely followed by the Viper, who's got himself the BKB. The BKB comes off cooldown in the next 10 seconds or so. Now Masuko is just wiped off the face of the earth. Like, he was given just enough time. The roar comes out onto the Viper. It looks like the hook's going to come in as well, just to keep him locked down as well. Is there a Fiend's Grip? Fiend's Grip not available for the next 15 seconds. BKB is popped. Brown works himself back up to his high ground. And everybody on the side of DC just walks away. Plays it cool. But yeah, Masoku though was given about just enough time to contemplate how much he messed up walking alone on this this part of the map without any ward coverage. And then Crow just blew him up. King Tekka got himself the blink. Anything else coming up on the courier? No, nothing yet, but it is the Yule Scepter coming up from Matthew, which means he's going to be able to hook himself in. Wish. It looks like he blinked himself down into Roshan. The Fisher comes out onto the Venomancer as well, keeping him trapped up. The split's going to be there. Matthew force-staffs himself down to the lower ground, but the boulder just keeping him locked down. Sexy Man. There's going to be the Echo Slam just to secure the kill onto the Venomancer, but not before he can get off the Poison Nova. And they're going to try and carry on going for this DC. Shrine's popped. Crow. Looks like he's just going to try and push in the lane while there's a bit of a distraction going. And the Beastmaster TPs himself down to the bottom lane now as well. The axes as well as the Necro creeps. The balls coming up now. This is going to be a very, very quickly dead tower. Right clicks,
Radiant's
dagger
bottom
gets
tower
thrown.
has fallen.
Raw's going to be there as well. The right click's coming out from Crow onto the BKB Phantom Assassin. And this melee racks, the balls do actually secure this.
Bottom barracks has fallen.
As the Morphlin hides away in the trees, TPs himself up to the top lane and looks for the next split push.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
And now with G-Pride pushed in,
Invisibility.
the shrine's being taken out. Matthew
Radiant's
dancing
top
to
shrine
success.
has fallen.
Rise.
Does DC look for Roshan?
Clear's here.
So Roshan, he's just being absolutely blown up. This is a cheese Roshan as well. It looks like 2G Prime want to come in and contest.
Roshan has fallen to the
Or even
dark
if they wanted to, it's too late now. And DC.SA just make a beeline down the mid lane, looking for that push. Chris Brown, the enfeebled goes, BKB instantly clears that off. As RD, with the Glimmer Cape, backs himself away to safety. And there's a blink, or there was a blink. Panda splits. Bane, not going to be hidden under that Glimmer Cape, could be taken down as Chris Brown secures the kill. The Yule Scepter from Matthew keeps the Earthshaker up in the area. He hooks himself away into the creeps, but is it going to be enough as the Panda chasing down? Matthew burning himself down. And does get himself away. Venomancer being saved for later as the Pandas, or the Panda now, Brewmaster wants that kill. Blink Dagger is off cooldown. Matthew trying to juke himself around, but the clap comes out. Right click and Poker. With the Drunken Haze over the top of the Venomancer as well. The Poison Nova committed to try and get this. And Crow. Gem is dropped. Venomancer survives. And Crow looks for the push onto the bottom lane. This creep wave really stacking up, and I don't think this range Rax is really going to survive through this, especially not with the distraction of the Beastmaster on this top lane.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Crow just flies himself away to his replica,
Radiant's
gets himself to
bottom shrine
safety.
is under attack.
Meanwhile, Beastmaster is going to be taken down. Chris Brown finds that kill, and the gem is dropped, so gem is created,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
and it's going to finish up the full Lonya onto the Viper.
Just a fear.
So, tier 3, going to be defended for now, once again. Ranger Axe was taken down.
Gold for me.
And Crow got himself the Manta style. As well as an Aegis, Lincoln Sphere, Boots of Travel, Earthblade, BKB. Could this Morphlin get any bigger? Well, actually yeah, he could with a Moonshard.
Double
And it's off.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Bottom Shrine going to be pressured in. Venomancer TPing down to the bottom lane now as well.
Has fallen.
It looks like they want to make a go from behind. Crow, he sees Masoku. There's going to be the adaptive strike. Saves the Earthblade. Is he going to use it on Chris Brown? No, it looks like the Raw's just going to be committed there.
Is under attack.
And no buyback on the Venomancer. 100 seconds was he's down for. 34 on the Rubik. Matthew, it sounded like he looked for the hook, but just didn't get it to latch. But there's going to be the Yule Scepter. Venomancer gets himself forward. The Venomous Scale comes out as well. PA slowed down the Force Staff. Poison
Radiant's
Nova.
top barracks has fallen.
And now,
Radiant's top
this is
barracks
going to
has
be
fallen.
potentially Mega Creeps. The split does come out as the Earthblade. They take down Wish. Rubik is back up. Panda trying to chase down King Tekka. Boulder Toss comes out once again. The right clicks. Is it going to be enough? King Tekka keeps himself safe for now, but the Brewmasters 3 seconds before they rejoin.
Radiant's middle barracks.
And he
has
does get
fallen.
himself out. The TP there as well. Right clicks. Crow does have the Aegis Stone. Poker This could be game. Yeah, GG is going to be called by poker. So game 1 going to be going the way of DC.SA. Digital Chaos South America.
Dire victory.
Secures the first game. It is a best of 3 though, guys. So we are going to take a quick break and then jump into the second game. G-Pride looking to push it to a third game, and DC looking to take it in 2. Losers will drop down to the losers bracket, so it's not completely over for the losers. They will be playing up another game, I think, right after this one. I think right after this one anyway. Might start in about 2 hours, I do believe. But for now, we're going to take a quick break and jump into the second game.